A very good morning to all of you. I hope everyone is doing fine and studying hard at home. So the purpose of making this video is to teach you a new chapter. Uh, it's a poem. The title of the poem is Echoing Green by William Blake. So I'll be making a three-part video of each stanza. If I make a full video of the whole poem, then I won't be able to share with you in WhatsApp because the size would be too huge. So this is going to be a three-part video, and this is the first stanza explanation. So this is a very long poem, but you don't have to be afraid by the length of the poem because this poem is written in a very simple language, so it is very easy to understand. So as you can see, the poem has three stanzas, and each stanza consists of 10 lines. Okay, and the rhyme scheme used in this poem is A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, and so on. So before we learn more about the poem, let us learn more about the poet, okay, who wrote this poem. So this poem is written by William Blake, and he was born on 28th November 1757, and he passed away on 12 August 1827. So who was William Blake? William Blake was an English poet. He was a painter and also a printmaker. He was not very popular when he was alive, but today he is considered to be one of the most important figures in the history of poetry. So, okay, now let's look at the stanza 1. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bells' cheerful sound, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. So, in this stanza, let us first look into the first two lines of the stanza. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. So here the poet says that whenever the sun arises, it makes the sky happy. Okay, so why does it make the sky happy? It's because whenever the sun arises, the light that comes out from the sun, it spreads across the sky, making the sky look more beautiful and fresh. All right, so whenever the sun arises, it illuminates the sky. Okay, it brightens up the sky, and it makes the sky looks more beautiful, and that is why it makes the sky happy. So in the next line, the merry bells ring to welcome the spring. So here the merry bells refers to the church bell. Okay, the church bells which ring in the morning. So here they are merry because they welcome the beautiful morning of the spring. So next line, the skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush. So here the poet has used the example of two birds, the skylark and thrush, and in the next line he used again another example, the birds of the bush. So we have to remember that these two birds, skylark and thrush, are those birds that likes to fly high in the air, and while the birds of the bush are those birds that likes to remain near to the ground. For example, sparrow. Okay, so here what the poet simply says is that all of these birds, okay, not only the birds of the sky but also the birds that likes to remain near to the ground, they sing. Okay, they sing in the morning, which adds to the joyful sound of the bells. Okay, as we can see in the next line, sing louder around to the bells cheerful sound. So in simple words, the chirping of all of these birds and ringing of the bell is to welcome spring. All right, so the merry ringing of bells and singing and chirping of the birds, it represents the joys of childhood and young age when one possesses a lot of energy. All right, so the last two line, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing grains. So here what the poet says is that when all of these things is going on, when the sun is rising up, when the bells are ringing, when the birds are chirping, okay, so whenever all of these activities is going on, we can see that there are some sports. Okay, there are some sports that is being played on the echoing grain. We can see that there are some children who are playing on the echoing grain. So here echo simply means reflection of sound. So but in this poem the poet uses it to signify the cycle of life, okay, from birth to death. So we will learn more about the equine crane on the last stanza. So this is the end of the first stanza explanation. Wait for the next video. Thank you. So let's look at the second stanza. Old John with white hair, those laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk, they laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. So in this stanza, uh, the poet says that old John, okay, old John simply refers to an old man, and he has a white hair. So white hair depicts his old age or his final years of life, right? So old John, who is an old man with gray hair, is also in the park, okay, where the children is playing, and is laughing. He is laughing without any care about his old age and approaching death. So old John is sitting under the oak tree, okay, along with other old people. So he is not alone here. He is sitting with other elderly people under the oak tree. And here, oak tree is very important because the oak tree here symbolizes strength and longevity and shelter for the old man. So here the oak tree is a symbol of experience, just like the old man. So seeing the children playing, they start to remember, okay, they start to remember or recollect their own childhood memories. So in this stanza, okay, it simply means that old John and other elderly people are sitting beneath the oak tree, and they were watching the sports of the young boys and girls, and they are all laughing and trying to forget their own problems. All right, they are trying to forget that they are getting old, okay, or they are in their final years of life. So they recall their own childhood and say that they do enjoyed their games on the green field. Okay, they do enjoyed playing on the going green. So that is the explanation for the second stanza. Wait for the third part of the video. Thank you. Now let's look at the final stanza of the poem, stanza 3. Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mother, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sports no more seen on the targeting green. So in this stanza, the poet says that the children are tired. As we can see in the first line of the poem, till the little ones weary. That means the children are already tired because they have been playing whole day in the park or in the green field. And it is time when the sun is about to descend. That means the darkness is about to come or the night is about to come, and all of the children stop playing and go back home. So the boy says that after reaching home, the children sit in the laps of their mother, just like the birds around their mother in the nest. So the poet has compared the children sitting in the laps of their mother to birds in their nest. So it is time for their rest as night has come. So in this stanza, the poet ends with darkening green, unlike the other two stanzas. So when we look at the poem, the first stanza and third stanza, second stanza, we can see that these two stanzas ended with the echoing green. But here in the final stanza, it ended with the darkening green. Why? Because it is the end of the day for the children, but for the old men, it is the end of their life. So the poem can also be interpreted as life cycle. Okay, it begins with the birth of the little children in the spring, and it progresses to middle age with the older people, and in the final stanza the poem again transitions into the final section of life, that is death. So as the sun sets, the darkening green can be interpreted as life finally coming to an end. So this is the end of the explanation, and I hope all of you have understood the poem.